Okay.
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adel. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
Don't you feel at least a little sad?
I'll admit, it does kinda hurt to leave without repaying all the good that Goban's done for me. But even he started saying that I should get out there and see more of the world. That was right about the time when you invited me along on your travels.
Adel! Dogi! So this is where you two were. My, I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person. Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flare here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in itself. To say nothing of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Celcetan flower.
Celcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adel to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, that scenario is all but guaranteed.
Well, we won't be arriving in Celceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
This man appears. Oh, this man seems to be the ship's captain. Now might be a good chance to strike up a conversation.
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age. So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
Oh, what's that over there?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers. I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today. If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago. This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Celceta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands. Understood. Let's make haste.
My word, what a magnificent sight!
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adel. You said you were looking for a western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right? There any chance this might be... Whoa! Little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adel.
Men, prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our god!
Har!
Huh?
It can't be! Pirates!
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
Stay behind us, Doc!
Right. Thank you.
Oh? You another one of them mercs? Bit on the puny side, ain't he? Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke. The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
I'm not a mercenary.
What difference does that make? You've still got a blade at the ready either way. Enough chit-chat. Let's make this quick.
How's that?
No way.
Yeah!
What a joke.
How's that? How's that?
No way.
How's that?
Damn it all! Rotten punk! You're in for it now!
You bumbling louts! How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself. Done saying your prayers? Go! How's that? Huh. You're pretty skilled.
Here it comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid!
Princess. I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now. Ugh.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement. There's a toll for sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment! This is the last time, I swear! Whatever you do, just let me live!
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Sea Force.
Woof! I'm stuffed. Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah. Who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force. To their credit, they did let Adel loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
They're a lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea. Raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman. And the Balta Sea Force makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman imperial control.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Karnak, of all places?
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
I'd say it's got a lot going for it.
It does have its charms, yes. The bevy of islands we saw from the ship, for instance, were absolutely breathtaking.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh-ho! That's some juicy stuff. How about it, Adel? This do anything for you?
We can't not look into it.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about.
Heck, back when I was their age, I...
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop. And I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
Simp!
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Of course! Always happy to be of service. Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adel, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
Open the main menu with allows you to the stats, save, and more.
All right, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adel, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me. Seek me.
Adel, you good?
It's nothing.
If you're sure. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adel? Catch you both later, then.
Let's not go this way.
I've got to say, the quality of these Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispani may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
That attire? Is he...
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know. They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well. I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Sea Force in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes. The militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
Well, well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
You there, with the red hair. Well, here's an unfamiliar face. You must be one of the passengers from the Adamas. Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you, so our motherly instincts kicked in.
Honestly, who do those Balta hooligans think they are, wreaking havoc left, right, and center? They impose an exorbitant toll on every vessel crossing Obelia Gulf, and plunder anyone who flouts it.
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention. But when they're found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle.
It's a shame what happened to him.
That's for sure. Once you're dead, that's it. Nothing else to be done.
Ironically enough, the Balta Sea Force would have escorted them personally had he paid the toll. In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now, so we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
I pity the man. Having to deal with our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job. Anyway, you just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
There's a flyer posted on the bulletin board. Calling all youths. Calling all youths. A career in the Karnak militia awaits you. Rates start at 600 gold per day, depending on experience. Not a very generous salary. Now what?
Oh, you got a job for us? Huh? Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before. But I think we're about the same age. The name's Gren. How about you? Adel, huh? Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist! We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face?
Don't worry about it.
Let me guess. The pay's giving you second thoughts? It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth. But the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high? It's pathetic enough to drive you to tears.
I think I'll join up anyway.
You mean it? I knew I liked you for a reason. The only problem is, our commander and the others are out at the moment. They should be here tomorrow, though, so feel free to swing by again around noon. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends. Calling all youths, a career in the Karnak militia awaits you.
Seek me. This way. Seek me. Right here. Find me.
A mysterious shell adorned with distinctive decorations. It's a white conch adorned with garnet patterns. Nothing else about it seems to be particularly unusual, however. The wolf from just now lies still, defeated. It attacked out of nowhere, so it had to be taken down, but what was it doing wandering in town to begin with? Unbelievable as it is, the wolf's wounds seem to be closing up in no time flat.
Swordsman, can you hear me?
A girl's voice emanates from the shell picked up earlier.
Bestow you mana. Enough power. Defeat.
You can now use skills. Hold LB, press YXBA on controller, press 1 for MKB to perform skills at the cost of SP. Assumed SP, skill points, will recover over time. Select skill from the main menu to assign your preferred skills to the 4 allotted buttons.
Gotcha!
Who are you?
I'm sorry. I don't... any details. My name... Leela. Who... are you?
Adol spoke his name aloud.
Adol. Search... island. Come... find... help.
What island? Where?
In... go.
Lila's voice cut out completely. Adol attempted to call to her through the shell several times after that, received no response. The sun beginning to set, he decided to return to her with Dr.
So the shell spoke to you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
Too early to know.
Well, of course it is. You only just got it a little while ago. That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela. Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier, either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means.
Yep, our newest adventure begins.
Here I always thought adventure was something you had to seek out. But whenever you're around, Adol, it seems to find us instead. Nothing like a little intrigue to spice up a trip. Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though. This Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan. Let's kick things off first thing tomorrow morning, Adol.
Karnak, Day 2. After breakfast, Dogi and Dr. Flair headed out to their respective workplaces. In the meanwhile, Adol decided to wander the village some more until it was time to meet up the local militia. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, Adol! Going out for a bit? I'm glad I caught you. Our front desk received a letter with your name on it. When did it arrive? It was here last night, so it must have been delivered this morning. Oh, it wasn't here last night. Kind of odd timing, don't you think? Sealed letter is addressed to Adol Kristen. Adol tore the seal open. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting at the town beach. That's all they wrote. There's no sender listed either. You don't suppose it's just a prank? Whatever it is, it's suspicious. My feelings? Exactly. You're better off ignoring it altogether. Oh, right. You'll excuse me. I have an errand that needs doing. Our tables could use fresh decorations, so I'm off to pick flowers outside of town. Thanks for playing Postmaster. Oh no, it was nothing really. Take care, Adol. Still a short while, or it's time to meet Andrew. Look, now might be a good chance to head to the beach, like the letter instructed. You my mystery pen pal?
Didn't think you'd show up alone. There's something I need to double check. You're probably full of questions, but I'm in no mood to explain. Just think of this as us picking up where we left off yesterday.
Is that Mana?
So you do know of it.
Managed to perform a power attack after emitting a red warning. Note that the power attacks cannot be defended against through regular guarding or...
I won't hold back this time.
Yep.
How about this? Nice try! Can you see? Power of mana. How'd you get your hands on it? You didn't use it back on the Adamas. I could say that much.
Adol laid everything happen as T.
Leela? Never heard of her. Mana, on the other hand, is my people's concept of a formless power. Imbued in a sword, it brings forth victory. Imbued in a vessel, it grants safe passage. Only those chosen by the All-Father Har are able to wield it. Out of the Sea Force, that list starts and ends with me and my old man.
Well, how did you obtain it?
And just why should I tell a louse like you? Blood and thunder. Grieger.
What's a Grieger?
You fought one just yesterday, didn't you? Put a Grieger down with just any old weapon, and it'll rise back up again and again, wounds fully healed. Mana is the only thing that can slay him for good. Well, aren't we popular?
At that moment, Adol... I can't read it that fast. Their intention flowed effortlessly between them, conveying their every move without a word.
What was that just now?
Hold LP to enter duo mode, during which you can press X to perform joint attacks. Not attacking while in dual mode will place you in the guard stance, letting you automatically take enemy attacks.
What in hell did you just do to us?
I didn't do anything.
At least now I have a good grasp on what I was sent to investigate. We're finished here. So long.
I've still got questions.
And what would I gain by answering them? I'm a Norman, a pirate. One false move, and you might be my next kill. Can't handle that? Then pack your bags and see yourself out of Obelia Gulf. Son of a... Handcuffs? Made of mana? You! What did you pull this time?
Wasn't me either.
Guess not. This mana doesn't seem to be coming from either of us. It's stuck tight! Hey, quit gawking and help! This spells trouble for us in more ways than you can count. Either we get these off, or I'm sending you back with one less hand. Got that?
Adol and the girl then attempted to use their mana abilities to free themselves. Ultimately, however, the mysterious shackles refused to come off, leaving them at a loss on what to do next. Off with your hand!
No luck. Might well be a curse of some kind. I hate to say it, but my old man's probably the only person we can turn to at this point.
Where's your dad right now?
Couldn't even begin to guess. What a mess. They call you Adol, right? We'll have to stick together for a while. Unless you fancy me lopping you off at the wrist.
Not much of a choice, is it?
Watch it. If anyone should be complaining, it's me. My name's Karja. Karja Balta. Daughter of Grimson Balta, Jarl of the Balta Sea Force.
I figured that was the case.
Already put two and two together, eh? Well, no time to waste. I'm off to report in at the Balta Sea Force's command post. It's over by the harbor, so don't fall behind.
Roger has joined the party. Was it... How did that get turned off? Did that save? Yes.
Hey, don't stray too far. Taking enough tumbles for my liking. Wonder if...
Look, it's the pirate princess. Please forgive us, I don't know where her manners are. Is Pirate Princess your nickname? Seems like it. Keep forgetting I put it on order. Several rival fights in front of the townsfolk. They acted like this towards me ever since. But enough of that. Let's hurry over to the command post. My chaperone will get on my case if I'm late. Deal and this any longer than I have to. Okay, I was kind of hoping it would only skip the dialogue with voice lines, but that'll fix that.
Hey, Princess. Back already? Who's your +1?
Iskanarin. I have a report to make.
Yeah, I'll go get him for you.
Not every day you see the princess bringing someone from the straight and narrow. You her little boy toy now, or what?
Not a chance.
Should have figured. She'd never go for a shrimp like you. Wait a sec. Wasn't that swordsman she threw down with on the Adamas also?
Hey, what are you whispering to him about?
Just making small talk.
I swear.
What seems to be the trouble, Princess?
Gunnar, how many times do I have to tell you to quit calling me that?
Oh? Who might this boy be?
He's the swordsman Grimson told me to look into.
A request from the Jarl. Ah, now I remember. He was a passenger on the Adamas.
Roger relayed everything that occurred on the beach to Gunnar.
I see. So we have here not only a mana wielder, but a pair of mystical shackles. What's more, the latter has rendered you unable to separate from the former.
That better not be a smirk I see.
Not at all. This isn't humorous in the least. It is, however, exceptionally unusual. Only the Jarl can make the final call here. Unfortunately, he is currently out at sea on an expedition. We do not expect him back until tomorrow.
Tomorrow? And just what am I supposed to do until then?
With all due respect, Princess, I must ask that you spend the remainder of your day here in Karnak.
What? But why?
It wouldn't do to have a non-shield brother accompanying us, for one thing. This may even be to your benefit from a certain perspective. What better chance to familiarize yourself with how those under our rule live and think? I believe you're at an age now where such matters ought to be considered.
Fair.
Not to mention, it is possible for this turn of events to be grossly misconstrued.
In what way?
There are those who would be only too pleased to regard this as a scandalous affair on your part. We have no need to voluntarily provide them with issues to raise at the Thingstead.
All right already. I get the message.
Adel, was it? My apologies for giving you a fright on the Adamas. I am Gunnar, War Chief of the Baltus Sea Force.
It's nice to properly meet you.
I'm recalling you correctly then. Your battles aboard the Adamas were very impressive. No doubt you have many thoughts on this subject, but collaboration is a must if you want any hope of resolving this. We Normans have our ways, some of which may run counter to your own. Nevertheless, I would ask that you work in concert with her and us until we manage to set you two free.
Who am I to argue with a war chief?
Good. I appreciate the understanding. I will notify you as soon as the Jarl returns, Princess. Until then, travel with Adel and mind what he says.
Don't you have that backwards, Gunnar? Why are you so trusting of him anyway?
That you feel the need to ask is all the more reason to make use of this opportunity. The boy is, if nothing else, accustomed to travel. I expect he will be very accommodating. I had best return to my duties. Take care. I leave the rest to you, Adel.
Spend the rest of the day in Karnak, eh? I'll admit, It's true, I never had a chance to before. You actually plan to obey his orders then? Why wouldn't I? What Gunnar says goes. Then the pirate princess? Oh, I thought Adol was saying it. Forget it. The two of us are moving as one for now. Anything on your agenda? I promise to see the local militia. The local militia? But you plan on lending them a hand? Should I not? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to raise a fuss about it. Not that it matters, way things stand. I gotta come with whether I like it or not. Not only does the pirate princess stick out like a sore thumb, the sight of her frightens the townsfolk out of their wits. Maybe taking Karja straight to the malicious headquarters isn't the best idea. What, got a problem? Spit it out. Let's get you some new clothes. Huh? What are you, daft in the head? So what if I fought a few wolves? I barely came out any dirtier. Besides, where would you even find a new outfit to change into? Fair enough. It's hard to think of someone who'd be willing to help out a Norman. Adol! Dr. Flair, have you already stopped by the militia? I'm just on my way from a house call myself. Say, aren't you that girl from the Adamus? It would seem the two of you are in a pinch. May I ask what the issue is? Adol told Dr. Flair about everything that had happened. Aha! Certainly didn't take long for you to get into the thick of things. That said, I do have someone in mind who might be of assistance. Would you mind introducing us? Not at all. In fact, you can come meet her this very minute, if you'd like. Let us be off. Let us be off at once, then, shall we? She's right over at the Azrad Clinic. Why can I not read?
So, this is the Azrad Clinic. Some of our crew's been treated here. They do a good job, as far as I can tell.
Who is it? I'll be there in just a moment. Oh, Dr. Flair. Welcome back. Sorry again for putting you up to that house call. It should have been my father checking in with Mr. Evelees.
Now, don't give it another thought. Actually, I stopped by to ask a rather, shall we say, convoluted favor of you, Mirabelle.
Why, of course. What is it? Would it happen to have anything to do with the local celebrity standing behind you?
Yes, she is the crux of the matter, in fact.
Adol and Dr. Flair gave Maribel a bare-bones rundown of the situation. They then requested her help with procuring Karja some less conspicuous attire to wear around town.
Well, I can certainly see why that'd be a problem. It just so happens that we've been collecting used clothing as part of our volunteer efforts. There might be something in there that'll fit you, Princess. Is something the matter?
No, it's just... you don't seem to be all that afraid of me.
Our clinic has a policy of helping all those who are sick, injured, or otherwise in need. That goes for everyone, be they a Roman, a Spaniard, or Norman. And besides, in your case, I would be more than happy to help. Give me just a moment, please. There we are. Alrighty, step right in.
I still don't see the problem with what I'm in now.
This goes on the outside. You just put it on, like so.
Hold it! I am a Norman warrior. How am I meant to keep an even keel in that flimsy getup?
There's no need for that. Mirabelle can handle this just fine. Let's wait and see how things turn out.
Probably get the same response regardless.
You may be right that these clothes aren't as sturdy in comparison. But, odd as it sounds, the right apparel at the right time and place can hold more power than you realize. Much like your mana, in fact.
Huh?
Clothing that suits the occasion can do wonders for your courage and confidence. For example, donning this nurse uniform fills me with pride and peace of mind. The outfit you're currently in has a similar effect on you, doesn't it, Princess? You've been told to spend the entirety of today here in Karnak. I'm positive the memories these garments hold will give you the strength to do just that. What one wears during life's biggest moments can serve as a memory in and of itself.
So that's how you people see it. Fine then. One change of clothes won't kill me. Your words won me over. Even if that bit about memories went over my head.
I knew you'd come around.
See? What did I say?
She's a force to be reckoned with.
Indeed. Mirabelle is quite impressive for someone her age. I heard she even has a knack for getting all the children to drink their medicine, no matter how bitter.
Dun da da da! The time has come for the grand reveal! From fearsome pirate princess to cute as a button, I present to you, Karja!
You call this cute? Drafty, more like.
I can finally see your whole face.
Huh? Oh, right. Apparently my helmet didn't fit the ensemble. Actually, now that I'm wearing it, this is a lot more mobility than I thought it would.
Consider me astounded. You're a miracle worker, Mirabelle.
Not even I thought it would go this well.
On that note, it's nearly time for you two to meet with the militia, isn't it? You should probably be on your way, Adel.
Click on the prompts there. Not pushing A to go through the door is going to take some getting used to.
The sea breeze feels better than ever. Wonder if that's thanks to this getup. Still needs some breaking in. It's not half bad.
Don't think that means I'm giddy about it, though. If I catch you leering, you're...
And you're absolutely sure they were dead?
No doubt about it, sir. We dealt the fatal blows ourselves. It all happened so quickly. We looked away for only a second when...
Adel! You showed up just like you said you would. Wait, who's the girl?
My partner in arms, you could say.
Oh yeah? Does that mean she's gonna be joining the militia too?
Huh? Why would I ever do that?
So, no, huh? Anyway, thanks for making the trip over and all, but we're actually pretty swamped at the moment.
Did something happen?
Yeah, it's almost too weird to be true. Some pedestrians were attacked by a pack of wolves on the highway outside town this morning. Our guys from the militia made sure to stamp them out for good. But the minute they took their eyes off the bodies, the whole bunch of them disappeared.
Maybe a bear came by and snatched up its next few meals?
Whisking that many dead wolves away in the few moments no one was looking? Sounds kind of far-fetched. The most likely answer is that they were never actually finished off. But I don't know.
Isn't that man...
So it's possible these wolves escaped with their injuries and are still lurking along the road. Yet despite that, the blockade was lifted. allowing several civilians to exit onto the highway. Do I have that correct, Commander Gulliver?
That's about the long and short of it, yeah. But no matter how you spin it, there's just too much about this case that doesn't add up.
That's unusually glib coming from you. I understand the desire to stick up for your men, but remember whose shoulders the blame falls on should the worst occur. Now get moving. There are travelers on that highway who need protecting, our citizens included.
Hey! I've just about had it with your selective hearing. Commander Gulliver and the rest of the militia made every effort to kill those wolves and keep the roads blocked. But there's only so much we can do when we're constantly understaffed. The whole squad's exhausted. Each of us barely gets any time off. And it's all because you caved into the Normans and slashed our budget.
That's enough, Gren.
But, Commander!
The mayor's right. Keeping the people safe is what matters most right now. We're in a race against time. I'm going to need every able-bodied member on deck.
Yes, sir!
My men and I will move out straight away, Mayor Clement. We'll report back as soon as we can.
See that you do.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Sorry, Adel. Duty's calling. If you're still interested in signing up, drop by again after things cool down a bit.
Take care out there.
Will do. Catch you later.
Alright, if you'll excuse me, I have an errand that needs doing. Our tables could use some fresh decoration, so I'm off to pick some flowers outside of town. Dun dun dun. We should follow them.
Huh? I'll admit this incident has me curious, but don't tell me you're bent on helping. Have it your way. So the militia headed for the Hagen Highway, huh? We can get there by circling back past the clinic. You want to follow them? Then hurry it up.
Upon approaching the stone stele, Warmana settles over Adol. This is a hewn stone. Mana wielders can use them to recover their strength. We should return here if we're in a pinch. Getting close to the hewn stone will completely restore your HP. Discovered hewn stones and explored areas will be logged on the map, which can be viewed by pressing left on the D-pad.
Should be a good spot to rest. Stronger the better.
I don't believe it. Every time we knock one down, it just gets back up again.
Commander, what the hell are we dealing with here?
Couldn't tell you. But I've got a pretty good idea of why all that carrion went missing now.
Damn it all!
Adel?
No! You need to fall back! Now! These things can't be...
No way!
What in the world is going on here? Mana, you say? I did hear that a handful of Normans had mysterious powers at their disposal.
And you're saying that seashell there gave you the ability to use them?
That's ridiculous.
You can't expect us to actually believe this.
And knee slide! God Almighty, Leela Almighty, Adel Almighty! I beseech thee, grant me thy strength! Oh, crap. No dice, huh?
Not a speck of shame in this one.
Well, Commander, now that we know the whole story, let's ask Adel and his lady friend to save the townsfolk in our place.
What?
Come off it, Gren. These two aren't part of the militia. Heck, they're practically still kids.
The mayor chewed us out enough when you first joined up. Imagine how he'd react to this.
Well, I'm not hearing any other bright ideas. We already know we can't take down those wolves ourselves. And there's more where they came from. What about all the people still out on the highway?
Well...
Besides, Commander, Adel here's the guy I told you about yesterday. The one who wanted to sign up with us.
Is that right?
We'll take care of this.
It's Adel and Karja, right? Hate to put you out, but we're gonna need you to rescue the townsfolk in our place.
Far above. If you're that set on this, then let's make it quick.
Oh, right. Take this with you.
Liquid Med restores 40% HP. Medicine that slowly restores stamina leaves an empty bottle.
Let me know if you run out, and I'll top you off. Try not to get too in over your heads. We'll come back you up once we're finished tending to the wounded. Best of luck to you.
Hey. Our attacks indicated by red auras can be guarded while in duel mode.
How's that? There! Gotcha!
No drop.
Found some already.
What's the big idea? Blocking the road. Don't you have any idea how vital today's negotiations are?
You do realize that they don't understand human speech, right, Dad? Anyway, I'm more worried about whether the others managed to get away safely. I can't put my finger on it, but something about these wolves gives me a bad feeling.
Hard to imagine feeling good about a wild animal attack, son. Anyone, man or beast, who gets in the way of our business is evil incarnate from head to toe. Once the militia gets here, I'll have these mutts turned into fur coats and sold for a profit.
Who are you two?
Oh, folks from the militia. A bit on the young side, but I won't complain.
There! Gotcha! There!
Whoa!
Incredible. Looks like I was right to think those wolves were out of the ordinary.
So much for those fur coats.
Priorities, Dad?
Shoot, good call. How would you two like a job escorting us to our destination? I'm Romes of Carpent Trading, by the way.
Romes Carpent. You're that big money merchant from Karnak.
Well, what do you say? I can pay double the militia's rates if you get me to my business meeting on time.
We still have other people to save.
Oh, for crying out loud! Cruz, you're about their age, give or take. Talk some sense into them.
No can do, Dad.
Why not?
Because those wolves just now weren't the last of them. What about everybody who ran off ahead of us? Are you really so short-sighted that you'll throw away every scrap of trust the town has in you just to close a deal? Credibility is the most important commodity a merchant can have. It was you who taught me that.
Oh, way to go, me. I always did have a way with words. Oh.
Well, that settles that. You're free to go help the others. We'll make the sensible choice and return to Karnak.
You sure are cool under pressure.
It's nothing special. I'm only doing what any reasonable person would.
Stronger the better.
There it is. Did it drop anything, actually? No.
This could be trouble. If the rumors are true, these things are immortal.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Well, the only option is to use one of us as bait. Just kidding. Don't worry, I'm not that cold-blooded. Run as soon as I give you the signal.
Wait! I never agreed to anything!
Huh?
Who are you guys? Let us take care of this.
We're saved?
Wow! Way to go, you two. The name's Rafe. This little fella is Ashley. I've heard those things were unkillable. Was it that weird power of yours that did them in?
It's called mana.
That's what I thought. Except you don't look anything like a Norman. Can't say the same for her, though.
Now's not the time to start picking nits. So, what are you doing out here anyway?
I just came out to pick some wild plants and stuff.
The kid lives on his own. Apparently, he does this every so often to earn some extra money for food. He's not short on guts, at least.
Oh, stuff it. I can't stand anybody from town. And that includes you, Rafe. You're the one who went on about there being a lot of beasts around these days, before inviting yourself along.
And thanks to that, you didn't walk straight into their stomachs. Would it kill you to be a little less prickly with me? I mean, you get along just fine with that little girl over at the lighthouse.
Not really. Sometimes she gives me gifts and I return the favor. That's all. I do wonder if Sash is all right, though.
Can we leave the boy with you?
Of course. I'll make sure he gets home safe. We should be fine going back the way you came. Just remember to watch yourselves out there, okay?
Gotcha!
Another one. Down that way.
How's that?
You impertinent brutes! Don't you come any closer! Do you even realize who you're dealing with? This can't be the end. Is there no one, anyone who will save me?
Quit screaming and hollering before you rile them up even more.
My pleas are answered.
Gotcha! There! Gotcha!
How sluggish can you be? You should have sprung to my aid the moment you spotted me.
Excuse me?
You got some nerve taking an attitude with the people who bailed you out. You're real gussied up. Doesn't seem like you're from around these parts, though.
That's... What concern is that of yours, pray tell?
Take a minute to cool off, ma'am.
You're right. Being ambushed by those creatures has me all of a dither. Oh, goodness. I truly am a pampered, spoiled thing, aren't I?
Indeed.
What in hell is she mumbling about?
My name is Millette. I am a traveler passing through. Ahem. Forgive my lapse in manners. As it happens, I have a request to make of ones so capable as yourselves. You see, I am rather eager to continue down this highway to the next town over, but those peculiar wolves litter the path ahead. Might I request that you dispatch them and ensure my safe passage?
Hang on. You're not about to tell us there's even more people farther up the road, are you?
Not at all. There were no signs of anyone save for myself.
In that case, it'll have to wait.
Aye. We don't have time to entertain your selfish whims right now. Take the path we came here on. The local militia will be there to protect you.
It would seem there's no insisting otherwise. Very well. I shall do as you suggest.
That scream just now. I think it came from over there.
Is that a lighthouse?
Pharos Lighthouse, to be exact. Any vessel traversing these waters depends on it. I think the man who tends the place is living there with his kid.
How's that? Gotcha!
That went down pretty quick, actually.
There! Not done yet! Gotcha! There!
Can't beat me!
Nothing? Okay. You can travel instantly to travel points discovered at Hewn Stones and other locations via left D-pad map menu.
Something's there.
Oh.
Get away from there at once! Blast. There's no time to lose. Those girls are in danger. Who are you two?
Stay back. This won't take us long.
Durability. Some enemies have a durability meter on top of their HP gauge. Such enemies cannot be damaged until their durability is depleted.
Gotcha!
Get up.
What?
Damn.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. Aren't you that same lad from Rooseveri's place? Oh, never mind that. I could really use your help right now.
Did something happen?
I should say so. The lighthouse has been overrun by beasts. Not only is my daughter still inside, but Rosalind too. She had merely come by to pick some flowers.
Rosalind? That the girl whose family runs the inn?
Please, save them! I beg of you!
We'll make our way in, but whether they die or survive is up to them.
Living is a choice. One those two have to make on their own.
We should get a move on.
I hear you. Let's go.
This must be the living quarters. Doesn't seem like anyone's upstairs. I'd wager they fled through that door. No time to lose. Right. I'll go upstairs anyway. We gotta get a move on. Wait, no. Something on your mind? Well, kinda. An idea just came to me and I want to give it a whirl. It won't take too long, so lend me an ear for a second. Switching. Okay. Press B to switch between controlling Adol and Karja. Each of the two has their own SP gauge. By swapping the controlled character at the right time, you can perform skills in succession.
Something's there. There! Gotcha!
Gotta be strong to survive.
Water bolts. Meh. Treasure that spins a mysterious thread. The antique obtained earlier, the Nornin spindle begins to glow. You can now use mana action, Mana String. Press RT and the reticle is displayed to activate Mana String, releasing a thread of mana that lets you swing to a faraway foothold. Using Mana String on enemies allows you to close the distance on them in a flash.
Here goes! Woohoo! Now this I like. Let's keep up the pace. Its defenses look pretty sturdy. Let me take a crack at it first. In my sight. Smash to pieces. Eat this. What?
Switch! Gotcha!
Eat this.
How's that? How's that?
Gotcha!
I was guarding.
Can we even make it in time? All right, better mark this area on the map.
Everything's going to be fine, Sash. Someone will be here to rescue us any moment now.
Take this! Don't come any closer, you bully! Leave Rosalind alone and pick on someone your own size!
Sash! Paddle?
Get yourself to safety.
Right. Who are you?
Name's Karja. You did good, kid. Now stay back and watch us finish the job.
Okay.
Skill that draws on the duo's combined powers whilst up through the shackles. What's the duo skill double smash? You feel that? I think we can work with this. Let's give it a shot, Adol. Press whatever while duo mode. You have Adol and Karja unleash powerful duo skills. SP consumed by duo skills are split evenly between users. Should one of the two have insufficient SP, the skill will still be performed if the other has enough to make up the difference.
Was anything but normal.
Hey!
Daddy!
Sash!
Thank the stars! You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, Daddy! I was so scared!
Oh, Sash.
We saw how you tackled that thing, Adel. You two were awesome with a capital A. Right, Commander? I told you he knows his stuff.
That he does. Even without that strange power, his swordsmanship goes beyond his years. He and the young lady here were so in sync, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me.
It's because of you both that Rosalind and my little girl came out unharmed. I can't possibly thank you enough.
The other travelers who were along the highway are fine as well, save for a few minor injuries. Adel, Karja, you've got our gratitude.
Gren.
Rosa, I didn't even realize you left town. It's a good thing you're okay, though. I don't think your folks could take it if something happened to you, too. Oh, right. Me and Rosa here have been friends since we were little, so I owe you for saving her, too. Thanks a million.
Adel, just what were those creatures?
That's something we're still trying to get a handle on ourselves. But let's hold off on it until we get back to Karnak. Might be a good idea to fill the mayor in on the situation and hash things out ASAP.
Gosh. Skipping dialogue just out of habit. You'll want to keep it in place and avoid rigorous activity for about 3 days or so. I understand. Thank you, Dr. Asrad. Asrad? Man, we sure are lucky to have Dr. Flare. We're here to lighten the load. I know it's your hobby, Doc, but would it kill you to tell Mira where you're heading next time you go fishing? I'll consider it. What about the adults? How are they going? Undead beasts? Just how gullible do you think I am? Say what you will, but multiple people on the highway witnessed the very same thing. If that's not enough to convince you, just ask our heroes of the hour here. As a matter of fact, we've been getting a slew of peculiar beast reports these past several days. Group this incident up with them, and a lot of the pieces start fitting together. The highway is safe again for the moment, courtesy of Adol and Karja here. But even if this case is under control, that doesn't mean we're in the clear. We plan to rise at the crack of dawn tomorrow and look into where these creatures are coming from. Very well. You do that. Adol and Karja, was it? As Mayor of Karnak, allow me to express my gratitude. You've done us a great service. Still, there is no one else aside from them who can deal with those fiends. These two are travelers, practically children at that. I'll tell you this much, my men and I don't stand a chance. But the Balta Sea Force's Jarl might be a different story. Word is he has some kind of mystical power on hand. Crimson, eh? It may place us even further in his debt, but we'd better meet with the man and inform him of this. Forgive the intrusion, Dr. Asrad. I'll be seeing myself out now. These are quite a few wounded to tend to, so I would appreciate if you could remain in our clinic for the time being. Right, sure thing. Some mayor. Reminds me to ask him how those belter boots taste. Now, Gren, don't you start bad-mouthing him again. I'm sure the mayor is struggling with more than we could ever hope to understand. In a picket's eye, maybe. In any case, it's getting late. This likely won't be the last time we ask for your help, Adol. Expect to hear from us again tomorrow. Roger that, sir. Hold it. Tomorrow's no good. But do you already have other plans? We're the ones asking the favor here, so it goes without saying that we'll work around your schedule. But if an emergency does come up, there isn't really anyone else we can to. Ren, you take Rosalind and escort her home. I already let Renee and Corinne know what happened, but you know how they would like to worry. You got it, Commander. With that, we'll just be taking our leave. If you'll excuse us, Maribel. By all means, have a restful evening. This day can't end soon enough. Guess we better be on our way too. Right. Adol Karja, thank you for everything today. I hope you'll let me return the favor sometime. Head to the inn. Alright, ready to head back to the inn? Sure, you don't need to go home. That a joke, or did you actually forget we're shackled together? No, over there! You're those folks from the lighthouse. It would seem I neglected to introduce myself earlier. I am Lux, the lighthouse keeper. Your timely aid today was truly appreciated. I shudder to think what would have become of us without it. Yeah, thanks, Karja. You chopped that monster up good. It was cool. Feeling a lot less scared now, huh? Yep. You know that rock you threw gave us the opening we needed. Huh? You survived because you made the choice to live. So really, you saved yourself. I just helped out a little. That's all. Oh, okay. See that red-haired boy and the blonde girl over there? I heard they rescued Mr. Carpent and his son. Your daring deeds have the town's rumor mills running at full speed. Were it not for you, the casualties would have surely been greater than they were. For that, you have our gratitude once more. I'm just glad we made it in time. That makes 3 of us. We owe you our lives. Still, I'm hesitant to return to the lighthouse so soon after all that's transpired. So, for the time being, I intend to have us lodge with the Hieroglyph Church. I suppose we ought to get going before Sasha here falls asleep on her feet. Till next we meet. Guess that means the lighthouse is staying dark for the night. Anyway, I'd say we earned ourselves a good meal. Let's head back to the inn.
What a long day. Can't wait to chow down back at the inn. Wait, do they even have any empty rooms? Then again, these cuffs will probably... We can worry about that later. Let's focus on getting some grub for now.
Let's see. Okay. I'll hold that back. Yeah. Thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. Yeah. Have a good night. Oh, have a good day. Well, morning, day, or night. Goodbye.